What's happening? How you doing? How you feeling? What you thinking about? You know, did you rule out any negative energy or any negative thinkings that you had in your head? Did you sit up there and give yourself the time of the day where you feel like you deserve to think positive, where you feel like thinking positive is what you should push for, where you feel like you should just make yourself realize that thinking positive should be the only way you should think, the only seekings that you should go for. You know, are you dealing with that? Are you talking to yourself in this kind of manner instead of waking up every day thinking you already got everything because of what you was told that day? Instead of waking up and being open and knowing it's something new that's going to change in you, and something new that's going to come amongst you. You're supposed to always be open to change, man. Like, you're supposed to always wake up every day looking for something new. It gotta be new. I'm sorry, that's just how it's supposed to be. When God declared that every day you wake up is a new day, that just wasn't for washing your sins off. That's for everything around you, son. See, people don't really be grasping the word. I grasp the word. You got some motherfuckers that hate off you when you got the mind of a blooming flower. And they shit just, what kind of flower that is? They shit just daisies. They shit just stay. They shit don't expand like a rose when it get old and it just open up. They shit just flat surface. They can only think one way. Yeah, I'm giving it to you real. Nigga get the saying, you thinking it's something too deep. You overthinking it. I'm just giving it to you cut. Nigga telling you you're overthinking it, all kind of shit. But the reality of it is, the word is the word, and the truth lie within the word. And a nigga can't bend that shit. A nigga can't make that shit fold. The only thing a nigga can do is try to mentally play on your mental, or mentally come up with shit to make you disbelieve the truth and to believe in something they came up with that ain't even in the Bible, ain't even in that bitch. All the words then became scrambled. The words ain't even flowing in the way that it was presented to a nigga in the Bible no more. A nigga then flipped it all around because they don't want to accept what it said or what was said. But what I'm here to tell y'all today is, a word is a word. The word is the word. If I tell you cleanliness is next to holiness, if you take that shit with you literally every day, everywhere you go, no matter what the situation is. For example, I'm going to use this as an example. You got the kind of motherfuckers that feel like, oh, I ain't doing it, I ain't going to pick it up. Let me tell you something. I was one of them bitter type of motherfuckers. And God stopped me in my tracks when they came amongst my mind. And see, that's why I know it's not about what we know. It's about the kind of heart we have that's able to accept the truth and the knowings that we should know. When I say that, that means some people are really fucked up as people, bruh. Meaning, the shit that God is sending me, I know he sent it to you. But you was so ugly and bitter, you wasn't that beautiful on the inside, where you couldn't take that and look at the beauty in that because you was that fucking ugly. For example, like I said, if I tell you to clean this up, I left this there, and you come amongst me and you tell me, oh, I ain't do it, you did it. Okay, you got a valid point. But at the same time, you know what I realized how God worked? Because I noticed God. Because what I first came up with was the bullshit that I just told you. I'm trying to run from cleaning it up, and I'm saying it wasn't my shit. But I didn't look at the aspect of what God taught me when God said, the cleaner, the more you clean up and the more you keep shit clean, the more God gonna dwell in that place. So not have I only skipped out on God being closer in my area, being closer in my atmosphere, opening up that door for God to come in, and possibly coming in, and that person who's working around me in that atmosphere, he gradually put that sense in them of wanting to clean up and do better. You know, see, people don't look at that. People, they jump on other people and they criticize other people because they unhappy on the inside. But check this out. You know what I think about now? If I'm in an area and it's something fucked up there that I didn't fuck up, I don't look for who fucked it up. If I'm in that area and it's in front of me, I feel like I'm obligated to make room for God to appear. Because when you leave shit how it is and don't nobody touch it, that's when the devil come into play, because it's junky in this bitch. I'm just giving it to y'all. All of this shit, it's a different aspect on ways on how to think. And it show you people who have God in them as a whole and people who only have nickels and pennies of them. You have some people that's rich with God, and you got some people that's very poor in spirit when it come to God. Them type of people, they tend to hold on to God to try to make God as something that's beneficial. They don't want to put in that real sacrifice and commitment and kindness and gentleness when it come down to receiving that big old blessing. And a lot of times I notice in the world, people only look at having blessings from God financially or material wise, meaning if them bitches ain't getting that new car in that driveway, or them numbers ain't going up with that money, they feel like they ain't been blessed. See, them kind of people, they only use God as as him being beneficial. People like me, we don't give a fuck about that because we know that's gonna come anyway. See, one thing I realized when I really started paying attention to God, he already told me, Dama, you live and do right by me. Everything that you need, everything that you want, I will provide for you. You know what that told me? Money was already written in that. See, you got some people that's so ugly-minded, they looking at money, houses, cars, etc. They can't look at the bigger things that God can give you. Do you know God can grant you with a peace of mind and the ability to look at everything that come in front of you in a positive light? You ever paid attention to that? That's like with the jury when people go to court. Some people, they let them walk. Some people, they stump their ass. They prove them as being guilty. You know why? Because some people have bigger hearts than others. But fuck that. I take that back. That's not true. I just thought about that. It ain't about the heart, because the heart, God done already told us that the heart was wicked. See, that's how the devil fuck over us. Like I just learned just now. I'm learning, telling that shit to you. We take things in comparison and don't be listening to what the fuck we be talking about. What I really meant to say was, they don't have the Holy Spirit, and they don't have that spirit of God within them as big as others. When God is bigger in another person than he is in the other person, that person gonna be more loving than them in everything. It ain't gonna just be more loving than them in one situation. They gonna put love in everything around them and everything they do. See, me, I walk like that now. Back then I didn't walk like that because I put the love towards the money, meaning I wasn't thinking about, the feelings. When you a person that's behind material things and you behind money, you don't give a fuck about how you feel. You know what you gonna say? I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna, no, we ain't gonna say I'm gonna get over it. We gonna say we working on getting better, because that's when you hopping over shit. And living, I realized that, we live the life that we live, but it's meant to be lived in a happy way. Today, man, you got a lot of people, they passing up how they feel for to be able to give validation to strangers. When I say that, And I'm gonna tell you something, a stranger don't just stop at a person. A stranger has a deeper definition than it just being a person that you don't know. Let me tell you the real meaning of a stranger. A stranger is not just a person that you don't know. A stranger is somebody who is strange in spirit and everything, meaning they foreign to you. They can't understand you. It's just they serve you no purpose. But you know what I realized about strangers? Strangers, they are the kind of people they get a glance of you and they take something from you from a glance. So today in the world, you know, people tend to want things that others have from the attention that they was given from receiving those things. It ain't about the hardships that come with that shit. It ain't about what a person what a person had to really truly go through before they received that shit that they got, before they got that status that they got, before they could fix their mouth on shit they did in their life that they did, you know, that they talk about that they'll never do. They don't think about all that. They just want attention. You know, if you pay attention, being human, you know what you seek? You seek feelings. A human seeks if I could sit down and I can write how important it is, write about how important it is for humans to seek something that they can feel, I've been wrote zillions and trillions of books. You know why? Because if you pay attention, that's all that really matter to human. It ain't about what human can pick up. You know, it's about what human can feel. When humans started chasing material shit and money, human was deceived and human was told that when they gain these things that they will become happy, not being aware that the happiness that they would receive from gaining those things, anything that's materialistic, was only temporary. Because at the end of the day, when you have something that's material, you know it's going to eventually get old or it's going to eventually fade off. You know what I realized about being kind to people and considering others instead of being selfish? That shit gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. Because any situation that come amongst you, you gonna either be bitter when it come to it, you gonna be fucking ugly when it come to it, or you gonna be a person that's gonna be all positive and you gonna come positive and give positive feedback about shit. You know, they got a lot of people who go amongst people and they don't even talk with them. You know why they don't talk with them? Because every time they talk with them, the only shit that person could come up with is fucking ugly and negative. It ain't that the person meaning them harm, and it ain't that they, you know, they see wrong in what they do. Now don't get me wrong. Some motherfuckers know they be being ugly to you. They just don't want you to fuck with them. But this my thing. When you talk to people, you consider you and you consider that person. It ain't just all about you. And you know, in life, I realize that a lot of people today, they selfish. That's why they heart not that big. The first thing they talk about what fucked over them, and they try to put it off as a warning to you. But they didn't close that door of shining that positive aspect of the situation and saying maybe this will be better. Maybe, you know, you will be able to afford this. You know what? You said you can get it, then that means you can get it. Don't give up. You know, when you say something and you speak and you declare that, move with that, walk off for that. They don't give you that push. They don't give you that sense of hope. You know why? Because it's jealousy that lie within them, and they upset with themselves. And a lot of times I notice that people truly can't sit down and break themselves down like that and understand that part about living in a kind of spirit that they hold within, because they've been at that shit for so long. They don't feel nothing wrong with it, and ain't nobody never straight up told them, say, bro, you know, you need to be a little bit more gentle when you talking to me, or you need to kind of, tone your shit down. Like, yeah, like a lot of people, they ain't never really had that, and a lot of people, they ain't even that humble enough for you to even come at them and tell them the truth. They get mad, they don't want to fuck with you, they talk about you, all kind of shit. But anyways, in life, you have to be able to be humble and kind. I don't care what the situation is. You got to be able to be humble and kind. You know how I feel. If a person able to offend you, you always had problems with that person, meaning it was something with that person where you been wanting to get at something with them. See, me, people don't offend me because I'm going to look at it in a whole different way. I'm going to look at it in your perspective. I'm going to look at it in my perspective. And I'm going to go up to him and look at how would he do things. Then I'm going to come up with a solution on how I want to do things. As far as me sitting down just only looking at this bitch one way, I'm not going to look at no bitch one way. You know why? Because I know that shit not fair to me and that shit not fair to you. I seek reality in life. A lot of people, they don't want the reality of it. They want cover code shit. They want to put shit together, and grab shit that they've been hearing over and over, but they haven't yet to seek the actual truth behind things. So they take that shit and they run with it. But the actual truth is, a lot of people today, they don't live in reality, son. Don't none of that shit add up. You sit down and you know what they say. Well, that comes with being an adult. You're gonna end up having to do things you don't want to do. Fuck that. I'm not doing nothing I don't want to do. I'm not living no way I don't want to live. And if I do have to go live some type of way, fuck that. I'm about to stop that too. It ain't if I do, because I'm not. See, people, they don't cut shit off. They listen to that shit, and they don't give themselves that. They don't feel like they got another way out. Bitch, I got plenty doors. I got tunnels out this bitch. That's just how I'm coming. And the only reason why I'm that defensive when it come down to the way the way other people think and the way I think, and then I sit back and I see how other people close their mind off, is because I know that be Satan. I be knowing that be the devil. And when I get a sense that Satan is in the play, I try to fucking get rid of the nigga, because I'm gonna tell you something. Anything in this world that you make hard, the devil putting it on your mind. He putting it on your mind to look at it that way. You didn't eliminate God. You didn't push God out, and you letting him come in. I don't fuck with the devil. The days I did fuck with the devil, I got fucked when I fucked with the devil, and I ain't fuck with him since. So now that I fuck with God, he's the only way that I'm doing things and considering things. I don't even get mad at people no more. You know why? Because when I notice me taking shit on a personal level, I jump back and I realize when I wake up tomorrow, if God so-called put this spirit on your heart for that day, when, he feel you've been forgiven for how you mistreated somebody this day or did them something that day before, if he put that spirit on you to come back and apologize, then technically I'm obligated to forgive you, and I have to accept you in a positive aspect. So with that shit being said, I'm not about to sit up here and get mad at nobody, because I know you could possibly come back amongst me and be nice another day. Bitch, I can't get rid of you. The only way you get rid of people is if you kill them. God done already told you, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, blah, 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 etc. He done already put that on the table. So boom, bitch, that ain't no option. But when it come down to being upset with people, that's pussy. That's stupid. I ain't got time to be mad at you, bro, because you gonna change. That spirit that didn't piss me off on you was Satan. I know whenever something make me mad, it be the devil. So it kind of being on a level where I'm done with Satan. I'm done with the devil, son. I don't like when a nigga, try to play on me and make me feel like, this what it's gonna be. And I know that's not what it's gonna be. So, all I'm saying is, take time and just think about shit. You know, it don't matter what this shit is. It could be something simple. Like for instance, when you go check your fucking mailbox, the mail person always leave your mailbox open. I'm just gonna give y'all a taste of how my conscience works. The average person, the first thing they gonna do is bitch about it. This motherfucker need to stop leaving my mailbox open. Man, wait till I see that bitch. I'm a such and such. This motherfucker. Guess what? That's average. A person who God dwell within gonna find a way to work that bitch out with no negativity, no violence, none of that shit. You know what they gonna do? First thing come to my mind, you know what? I work every day. I'm not able to catch the mailbox lady whenever she come. So I'm going to leave a letter in a mailbox for her and ask her, hey, could you please shut the mailbox whenever you come here and you leave mail? Or if it bother me that fucking much, I'm going to take off from work and I'm going to make sure I be out there to ask her, is it possible whenever she come by and drop off my fucking mail to close the mailbox? I'm not going to sit up there and go for the negative in the aspect of it. I'm not going to sit up there and just say I'm going to beat the bitch up. I'm not going to sit up there and say the bitch got a bone to pick with me. And then I'm going to consider her. You know what? She a mail lady. It's hot as fuck in a mail truck. She probably speeding past throwing mail in there because she ready to get out the truck. She probably had a long day that day. Somebody probably called her phone and she only had a certain amount of time to deliver all this mail on my street in order to get to the next and didn't notice. She keep forgetting to close the mailbox. You know, it's all kind of things you can consider in a positive way in any situations before you just jump the gun to be negative. And that's my point. That's the point I'm making. So, you know, in life, when it come down to you making decisions about anything, before you open up your mouth, before you make a choice, before you even think on something, make sure you thinking on something, making decisions and whatever the fuck you gotta do with a positive mindset. Don't jump to just being negative about situations, because when you like that, man, God not gonna bless you. And that's the devil. That's a negative energy, that's an ugly spirit, and you don't want to be like that. And I notice a lot of people today in the world, they be like that. They gonna jump to the negative aspect of everything that happened in front of them. And it be crazy because it's almost like a motherfucker be waiting for the negative shit for them to jump on something. And I'm being real. So, you know, you gotta sit down and you gotta tell yourself you owe yourself happiness and atmosphere and thinking and in decision making and thoughts. If you keep coming up with negative thoughts and you keep coming up with being mean and just ungrateful about shit, and you can't think about the sweet side or the sunny side of things, and bitch, you under a rain cloud, you need to pray and you need to see what the fuck wrong with you, because life don't work like that. People who think like that, they be miserable and they be mean, and then the crazy thing about it is they get comfortable with that shit. So they be thinking that shit is the way to seek things and a way to live. Man, that shit ain't life. That shit ain't living, man. That shit prey on you. That shit make you mentally weak and exhausted. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I'm the type of person, when negative energy or negative shit or drama come into play, that shit exhausts me. Bitch, I ain't got the energy, you know, for anything. I'm trying to make that shit go the other way. Man, my neck breaking trying to look the positive way out. A nigga could have been in just flattened all my tires. When I see it, I'm be like, damn, my tires flattened. It's easy for me to jump in another car and go find a bitch and go flatten they shit back, or sit back and say when I catch them this and that, or it's easy for me to get mad and this and that. It's simple for me to sit back and say it was the devil. See, that's how I'm rocking now. When I see it's the devil, that's all I'm giving it. I'm not jumping on people no more, because I realize a lot of times people, when a person don't know and you jump on them, God gonna punish you for that. A lot of times when a person really could have been being sincere and being nice, and you jump to assumptions because you got shit on your mind and you already mad on the inside, you thinking this person verbally trying to attack you, you thinking a person trying to come off salty or whatever the fuck you got going on, God gonna punish you for that shit too. So you know what I realized? It's best you get your spirits and your mind right before you even attempt to do anything, because you're not gonna make it, son. You're not gonna make it thinking ugly, son, and feeling like, you know, the people who around you, causing you harm. You ain't gonna make it if you feel like you gotta always, be right about a situation, and you ain't open to, learning new shit. Like you supposed to understand when you learn new things, man. Like that's what it is. You didn't know that. It ain't it, that's all. You ain't know that, son. You can't sit back and be mad because you ain't had that aspect of the truth. And I hate to say it, but man, I'm giving you reality, man. Some people got it more put together than you mentally. You know what I noticed? A lot of people who feel they got their shit together, man, they shit all over. They shit ain't together. And don't get me wrong, everybody got different beliefs on a person who actually have their shit together. Meaning, just a person today, you consider to have your shit together material-wise, meaning if you got cars, if you got bills, if you could keep paying bills every month, then that's when the world consider you as put together. But the reality of shit, that shit don't mean you mentally put together. Because guess what? You got fucking homeless people and people who people call bums out here. Smart as a bitch. Smarter than niggas who got about 10, 15 houses. I'm talking about they can handle situations so humbly and still walk off blessed. And guess what? Got the option to go live and buy exactly what they got. But the crazy thing about it is, human really fucked up. Human fucked up today. Like, real talk. Human fucked up today, son. They fucked up today. Yeah, I'm just giving it to you real, man. Human fucked up today because human got a lot of anger in them. And I think this shit started in human when human was mistreated. The only way you trigger human is by mistreating them. And the world ain't got so wicked to the point where a nigga mistreat human on a daily and get paid for it. And human ain't got so fucked up. Human want the money. So human gon' fucking mistreat human, not realizing when you harm somebody, that's why they say that shit run deep. You really not just harming them, you are harming yourself. Because you know what I truly believe? I truly believe one scar on one heart affect all hearts down the line, because we still spiritual. So I feel like when I read what Christ pointed out, he's one, he's unity, that means we all connected in some type of way. So just because that shit wasn't directed towards me, you scarred and fucked over human, don't mean that one human, don't mean that shit ain't gonna scar everybody else down the line. Because if you pay attention, it's like human brings some type of like madness amongst them. They be mad. They be mad, son. Them bitches be mad. And nowadays, man, I just stay. I stay to myself, and I ain't lying. Every time I look up, it be something where I just notice like the devil really be playing on people, saying like he be having it where people can't even fucking think for themselves. Real talk. That bitch got it where they can't even think for themselves, and they can't think on their toes in the right manner. They can't think on their toes in the right manner either. Meaning, they can't think positive. It's like it's no way out for them if it make any sense. The only thing they can come up with is you know, the negative aspect, the devil. The nigga can't come up with nothing, no kind of positive solution. That ain't good, son. You're supposed to always be able to come up with a positive solution. That's just life. That's how that shit go, man. That's how life go. You're supposed to always be able to come up with a positive solution. If you can't see the positive in nothing and you run into the negative, you know why? It's because you bitter. And bitter people, they look for the negative. They wanna feel that negative aspect. A person who can't stand negative energy and can't stand negativity, they not gonna look for that in a situation. You know, they just not gonna go for it, son. They gonna go the positive in a peaceful way out. A person who ain't humble and who rowdy and they like bickering, they like arguing, you know, it's up there with them. They like that shit. They entertained by that. That's what keep them going. That's all they know is they stay being ignorant. That's what they look for. A real peaceful person, man, them bitches will shake your hand after you threw water in their face. That's how bad they trying to escape that shit. They don't want nothing to deal with. They ain't gonna even let that shit come off at them in a way where it's that much hatred, you know. It just is what it is, son. I'm being real with you. And that's how it is with people who positive, and that's how I am. I'm sorry, bitch, you can have it. Look, I'm not gonna, you know, just be negative about shit. I can't do that. You know, I'm good. I'm gonna go the positive way about it. And guess what, bitch? 10 out of 10, I could know I'm right and you wrong. But I'm still gonna walk off with go the positive way about it. Straight up, because I can't, it just be too much. It'd be too much. And, you know, it's crazy, but that's how shit be rocking, son. With a lot of different things, shit be rocking like that. When it come down to situations in life, in the world, like, I don't know. And I feel like TV and the radio and the internet did it to y'all too. Because guess what? That's all they show y'all is people arguing, or people feeling like they gotta be right, or people feeling like they got fucking haters. You know, what the fuck is a hater? Bitch, you got an enemy. You can never have a hater. It ain't no hater. It ain't no such thing as a hater. That's man-made. That's a man-made word. Bitch, you got the devil. You got Satan. That's the enemy. That nigga trying to take you out. See, this is what I had to realize about Satan. Satan play all day. You know, I be so straightforward. When I see the nigga come amongst me, I call him out. I say, oh, I peep it's Satan playing right now. But check this out. What Satan do is he jump on people and he humiliate people. He ass out them. Because this what he do. He make them feel like they in control. He make you feel like you on your shit. You know, he make you feel like you validated. And he gonna make you come off bitter. He gonna make you come off negative. And you ain't gonna even notice it because you so wrapped up in bitterness, you can't see him. You can't see what he doing. So then, I'm gonna show you how raw the nigga is. After he done use you, he gonna jump to somebody else to go at that same person where he didn't conquer and you were fucking with them with something else. You know? And I peeped that. Like the nigga a bunny rabbit. That's why I think they call rap hip hop. Because that nigga, that's all he good for, son. All he do is try to fucking get you to the third. You know why I say to the third? Because you got 3 degrees to me when it come to Satan. You got where he deceive you. You got where he try to mentally torment you. Then a bitch going for the kill. The goal that the nigga trying to do, the bitch trying to kill you in spirit. That's what he try to do. When your spirit up and you happy, oh, that bitch gonna play on it all day. He gonna try to come in. Even if he could get 5 minutes of your spirit decreasing by an inch, he feel like he defeated you. You know, straight up. he feel like he defeated you. I peeped that with him. I peeped that with the nigga. But you know what make it hard? What I realize in life is some people, they give up, meaning, you know, when they see somebody lost with something and they arguing with them or they trying to prove a point, you know, they be like, man, fuck it. They get mad, you know, this and that, woo the woo. But no, see me, I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna throw my hands up because at this point, we both confused. Nigga, both confused. So what sense does that make? Well, you killing the vibe, you killing the atmosphere, you know, of a beautiful, lovely, peaceful day. You can't just say, you know what, a nigga just feel different about it and brush that shit off. A nigga don't want to give you your flowers, son. A nigga won't feel obligated to feel like they right with everything. And then, you know, down the line, that's the issue. It bring you back to square one. It's the devil. Because that was his goal, was to make you decrease in joy and spirit. The devil wants you angry. He confusion. That's what he is, you know. I you know, growing up, I learned a lot off the nigga. That's how the nigga be coming. And for anything, it's a sad story. But the people, twisting my L, the people who then gave up, they let him reside. They let him stay around. Dahmer not letting him stay around. Bitch, I'm getting from around him or I'm getting rid of him. It's one of the two. Because it's either me that's going to have to go or it's him that's going to have to go. And I ain't got time for it. I'm not about to be fascinated with the works of the devil. It's just not about to happen. And like I said, and a lot of people, son, you know what I'm realizing? A lot of people, they claim God, but a nigga really don't fuck with God like that. Because the proof be in actions and the proof be in what a nigga do and how a nigga do it. A nigga really don't fuck with God that tough like that. You know, I peep that shit in a lot of people. They not no true person who walk with God and who seek the best in everything. Because a person who walk with God, bitch, they trying to get the best. They going for the best, not with dealing with no money, cars, clothes, etc. I'm talking about with peace. They gonna go the best with peace, meaning they want joy around them. They won't be happy. Anything that make them feel tilted, they gonna address that shit. Yeah, you know, they being a bigger person. They going amongst people who they know got the devil in them, and they, you know, they not giving up on them. They checking on them. They ain't talking about their people. They want fixed relationships with their family. Yeah, that's God. You know, when the devil in the play, man, the devil cut all that shit off. That's how I be knowing, man. People really ain't rocking with God like that. Because when I started rocking with God tough, shit, man, life got easier for me. And I was able to sit back and look and peep. You know, people who really don't fuck with them like that. I'm being real. They don't want to let God in 100%. Because when you let God in 100%, it ain't no room for arguments. It ain't no room for, you know, for talking about shit in a negative way. You're not going to want to talk about that. You're not going to want to talk about shit that's just negative. You're not going to want to do that. And then that's just how it is, son. Real talk. That's how it is. And, you know, I call Satan out all day. You know, and I know how he worked, and I know people who fascinated with him, and I know people like me who be like, fuck the nigga, because that's how I'm coming. You know, it just is what it is. And a lot of people, you know, they ain't real enough with they self, where they don't know what they can't really just say, you know, well, I ain't gonna lie, I know this, you know, I'm the type of person, I like the negative energy. I like the gossip. I like walking amongst a nigga, feeling like a nigga jealous off what I got. I like going flex down on a bitch, you know, feeling bigger than them. I like that, you know. I know a couple of niggas that put it out there, and when they put that shit out there, you know what they say. But guess what? In God's eyes, I ain't looked at as the best of person. They ain't being deceitful, saying, "Oh, I'm only human and I got feelings." Fuck no, man. God one way. That's the devil. That's a lie. You being deceive right there. You not even acknowledging the spirit you trying to hold. Yeah, because if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, nigga be flat out evil. I'm being real with you. God ain't nothing of evil. That ain't God. That ain't him. If that shit ain't fair, if that shit ain't loving, it's the devil. It ain't no way around it, bro. It ain't no such thing as that's just how it is. Nah, bitch, that ain't just how it is. You ain't trying to change that. You enjoying, that situation staying sour. You enjoying the beef in the air. You enjoying seeing that person be upset. And I noticed that a lot of people today, they like seeing you get mad. Like I used to work around this nigga, a grown ass nigga, a street nigga. But the crazy thing about it was, fuck that. He wasn't even a street nigga, because the shit he used to talk about, I'm like, bitch, why you at the job? Why you at work? Bitch, I was a real street person. Bitch, I ain't had no job. Bitch, I was hustling. You heard me? I'm not gonna say a lot of shit I was doing, because that shit ain't to be speaked upon, and that shit wasn't nothing to feel accomplished about. But I'm just saying, like, you got a lot of niggas and a lot of people, they want that, but the reality of it, they ain't that. So back to him, like, I can remember days I'm going around this bitch at work, and he hating on me, and I'm a woman out here. He hating on me, son. I'm talking about looking at the hours a nigga was giving me, being on some bitch made shit, little petty shit. Then you a man at that, son, like leaving his work incomplete, knowing I gotta come behind him and pick it up. I'm just being real with you, son. All I know is people, I noticed with him, he used to do this shit to get under my skin, because I used to smile all day. I'm talking about good things. I'm talking about making big moves. I'm talking about big shit. Bitch, I want a mansion. Look, I ain't on no shit. Oh, I can't afford this, can't afford that. Bitch, I'm going to get it. Everybody, I'm boosting people up in confidence. Nigga was hating on that. Nigga came back bringing up street shit, talking about nigga even asked me. Nigga kept asking me over and over, have I been to jail? All this shit on some dumb shit. I'm like, see, the mentality that you got, you feel like, that's all there is to life. You feel like if you could put that up, that you something. I mean, bitch, you fail. Like, bitch, you flexing off failure. So check this out. The more and more a nigga started coming to work, I threw God in the air. I had to. Because at this point, you thinking you flexing on me off the muscle, but it's the devil in you that's asking you out. And I'm looking at you. I'm quiet. I ain't lying. Like, I used to sit back and I ain't used to say nothing in my mind. I'm like, I hear God telling me, you see this right here? This the devil. But I just want you to sit back, and I want you to see how ignorant and stupid this shit look. So, whole while you in front me, babbing off, saying this, saying that, I peep the little animosity, I peep all that shit. But at the same time, I'm not mad at you. I feel sorry for you, because I see you ain't growth from that. You almost 50. You almost 50. What how the nigga was? Nigga about what? 55? You in your 50s, bitch. I'm 28. I'm looking at you. You talking about God, but the devil's still in you, on you, son. And I'm like, you can't even shake that, but you still trying to, use shit towards me, trying to hurt me, because my spirit high and your shit on E. So, I already knew he wasn't going to be there long, because the energy he was bringing and the negativity shit that was in him, it wasn't going to work around a person like me. It just wasn't going to work. And I had left right after they fired him. So the crazy thing about it was on a level where I realized I learned a lot from the nigga. People come amongst you and they be miserable, son. They be looking for any little way out on how to be happy, but they don't want to let they wicked ways of thinking go. Meaning they don't want to be forgiven, they don't want to be the bigger person, but they want to keep that mind level of feeling like they got something better than somebody else. First of all, you know what I realized? What God made me realize? no person here have something that's better than the next. The only thing that they can have that's better is a change of heart. And with a change of heart, anybody have that opportunity. So technically, if you feel you got something better than me, whether it's spiritually, whether it's on a spiritual aspect, whether it's on a level of you thinking you smarter than me and with common sense, whatever you got going, if you feel like you have that better than me, technically, if it's something I could get, you ain't gotten shit better than me because I can get that. Now, for a time being, yeah, you could down talk me and you could play on me and you could, use me as an example. You could do whatever you got to do. But if you pay attention, you really fucking yourself when you do that because you miserable because it's something about me you jealous of. Because technically, if you really was gonna be loving and kind, you would try to help me get that. You wouldn't even want to see me like that. But that's why I be telling people, everybody heart, son, they ain't got that kind of heart. They really be ugly. You know, a nigga downplay on people like, well, bitch, what kind of person you is? Bitch, you ain't no bully. You know, nigga trying to downplay on a nigga and bring up something that they know is a failure or is a fault just to see you hang your head. Then a nigga know when you strong, you ain't gonna hang your head long. But a nigga done got so wicked, a nigga still gonna fuck over you for a certain period of time to know that they had that chance to fuck over you just for a temporary time because they know you gonna pick your head back up. They know you gonna pick your shit up. But when the nigga be that ugly, son, man, like, y'all will be surprised. Like, y'all will be surprised. And, like, what get me is people, for a person to become that miserable in themselves, I just feel like that's where it go back to the word where God tell you, man, everybody not gonna go where you gonna go. Everybody not gonna get the heart that you gonna have. Some people just ugly. They got nice and kindness in them, but they ugly. They bitter as a person. It is what it is. And you know what I realized? Those kind of people, they don't have that many friends. None of that. Yeah, like they don't get along with people. They don't care for people. And I'm being honest, like that's because they not that friendly of people. They not the kind of people who people gonna want to pull up on and people who gonna want to check up on and people who gonna want to talk about why they got into it and why they want to come back around them or consider them of being in their company. They not gonna look for them, and that's just the reality of it. And me being me, I'm good on that. I like being out where I can meet people and learn new things, because if you always wrapped up in you ain't gonna never learn nothing. That's why other people put around you. And a lot of people, I remember seeing people where they try to avoid people. They didn't want to fuck with them at all. But guess what? You gotta hand your money off to another hand when it's time to pay your bills. You got to sit down and you got to negotiate, shit in the bank when it's time to put your money up. So what that shit mean, man? That shit mean you still got to deal with people. So all that extra shit, like, you might as well just jump aboard and you might as well be kind and nice to people, bro. Because you really punish yourself. And I hate when I see a person where they listen to them. I call it listening to them. Because see me, I be quiet first, and I listen to the devil, and I listen to God. And when I listen to other people and I see they gravitating towards Satan's way and they taking his advice for their time and their decision making on what they just before they decided on what they was gonna say, before they decided on doing what they was doing, I already see, where you gravitating towards. I feel sorry for them. Because I'm like, damn, son barking up the wrong tree. Son looking for more torment down the line. See this one here? I got my hands up. I'm looking for more peace. And I'm looking for winnings. I want the best. I want the winnings. Like the winnings. I'm not taking no L's. I don't take L's over here. I brush it off. And, being human, like, that's what y'all gotta start doing. Y'all gotta brush it off. And it ain't about being big-headed. It ain't about feeling like you know everything. And even the people who you know that's trying to harm you, care about them, love them, and feel sorry for them, feel sorrow for them. You know why? Because they make you bigger and better as a person. That make the love in you grow. Don't just sit back and just go bicker back and forth with them, man. That shit look bad. I'm talking about that shit ugly. That shit look horrible. That's the ugly spirit you do not want. You know, that spirit close doors off for blessings. That spirit have you where you always unhappy. That ain't the way to go. If I punch you in your shit, that don't mean you ball up your fist and you punch me back because you feel like you won something. You know, and I'm just being real. That's just life. Like, that's the reality of life. Now, these days, people feel like if they don't display how they really, truly feel like they feel, notice I said feel like they feel, because their feelings are gonna change. It's gonna change. Feel how they feel, you know, then they doing something wrong. When a real person and an honest person and a person that walk in truth, they gonna be open to opening up that questioning that first thought that came with to their mind, instead of jumping to that feeling like, yeah, that's what it is, you know. But we live and we learn every day, and God put people amongst us, and he displayed these spirits in these peoples just so we can pray for them. You know, like, I feel like a lot of times people, even in situations where a situation probably ain't go too pleasant with a person, you know, it just was put in front you. It was put in front you so you can see them, because you can help them. And I ain't talking about physically. I'm talking about praying for them, like, you know, and that's all I get out of life now. When I see somebody coming in amongst me in a manner, when I'm in my right mind, when the devil ain't winning in Dahmer mind, the first route I'm going, that I'm aiming for, I'm praying for them. Because I see they upset. I see they not happy. I see it's something that they dealing with, and they know what they gotta do in order to feel better, and in order to think clearer, and in order to think with common sense. They know what they gotta do, but it's just something in them where they don't want to do it. And you know, like God say, God give people a time and place for everything. God just ain't got it where it's their time yet. The smell of roses, the real smell of roses. I ain't talking about picturing the smell of a rose and thinking is all, you know, peaches and green. Where, you know, I'm talking about where you know for sure that your shit don't stink. You know it ain't. And with God, I realized, since I chose to live my life by God, and I realized he been helping me and strengthening me in my thoughts, and in my confidence and my strength, and believing is nothing in this world I cannot do. And when it's something put forth in me, he put that in my mind, telling me, once I declare that I got it, I know I got it. And I'm thankful that he got me that way, because I don't doubt shit. When I say something and I know it's something I want, because I know God gonna give it to me. Because guess what? Either way it go, I don't know what's in store for me anyway. So Dahmer gonna hop in that car and she gonna chance that ride, because that's just how that shit go. Because guess what? I was chancing it anyway. Even if technically it was looked at where I could possibly, you know, have this, have that, man. I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen today or tomorrow. And I read that last night in the Bible. God said that shit is really evil people who worry about tomorrow, because they fixing their tongue talking on some shit they don't know about, that's lying. You don't know about that there. You know, so with that being said, man, I'm really in the open. I can move how I want to move. I'm victorious, you know, I got this. I'm going to get this, and I'm about to step off with even more. Nigga walked in the door. Nigga said I'm walking off with 10 grand. I told that nigga I'm walking off with more than that. Don't close that door in my face. Don't tell me I'm only I'm making 10 grand for that day. Yeah, that's just how Dahmer coming. And since Dahmer did that, I done seen 3 times more than what a nigga put in front me and told me what I was gonna have. And I'm just giving it to y'all real, where a nigga telling me what I'm gonna get on this day. towards the days I done walked out here and I ain't knowing what the fuck I'm gonna get, and I done made that shit 3 times more in a day. And I'm being real with you. That's just life, and that's the reality of things. And you know, it ain't you develop comfort and faith. And when a person faith shaky and they ain't got that faith, that real faith in them, they gonna fall on their own faith and understanding, and they gonna be unhappy. With faith, you happy. It's nothing what you sad for. This how that shit. So that's how that shit went. It was written already. That's how I'm coming. You know, like when I was in the hospital, y'all wouldn't believe how many people was leaning on my shoulder, and this was before my parents came pick me up from the hospital. I'm talking about like right after I got out of surgery. Oh, everything gonna be okay. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm sitting in that bitch looking at them like they lost their mind. I said, let me tell y'all something. This shit already happened. You know, y'all people today, they linger. I don't got time to linger because I didn't felt that already. I want something else. I want something new, you know. But a lot of people, that's all they feel like that's the way. You know, and I think that's why the shit happened to me with my leg too. Cause it's like when it happened to me with my leg, shit, it reminded me of about a lot of things. Like it reminded me, you Dahmer truly really don't know what's gonna happen. So all this dictating and planning and all that, man, that shit dumb. I need to plan as this shit come. I'm moving as this shit come. I ain't making no plans for nothing because I don't know how this shit gonna go for me. And I stand big on it. I stand firm on it. I don't know how this shit gonna go for me. And I don't know what's coming, but I know since I chose God and since I've been doing the right things, from what I was told, from what God told me and put in my heart, I have nothing to worry about. And that's good enough for me. I don't need nothing laid out in front of me for me to negotiate or compromise after that. Because I didn't already accept this shit for what it is. I'm just going on along the ride. I'm not about to make my head hurt on nothing extra. Cause that ain't what it's hitting for, man. I'm human, shit. I don't know. You know what I realized about human? You never know what to expect from human. Human and the world suffer with this, and this is where they failing because they can't get that sealed, and they will never get that sealed. Human always got something up their sleeve, and when I say that human got shit up their sleeve. They don't even know they already got in them up that they planning for themselves that's up their sleeve. Meaning, human could bust out and do anything. Human is spiritual. Anytime we accepted that the devil hopped from body to body, that should have eliminated a lot of surprises when it came down to human. It should have eliminated a lot of things of the unexpected. The only way the unexpected should come about as a feeling is the unexpected and happiness and joy from the blessings that you receive from God. It ain't no, I didn't expect this, I didn't expect that when shit go wrong. You know, for anything, you supposed to question everything because you don't know what human coming with. You don't know what spirit God gonna put out in the earth tomorrow. See, this is what I'm on. This is the kind of curiosity I'm on. What spirit God gonna put in man or woman that I'm gonna walk in front tomorrow, or pick up and put in my car tomorrow, that I'm gonna come in contact with tomorrow, that I can learn from tomorrow? Because I can tell you this, everybody that I done met, it ain't no same spirit that's amongst them. People are different. We don't know what's coming with people. You know, you never know. We don't know what God got in store for us. We don't know what spirit God, we haven't met all the spirits that God have yet to put in this world. You know, when God put a spirit in a woman's belly for that person to a body, see, a body is spiritual. That's why they came up. See, humans so smart to a human stupid. That's when human came up with the word called voodoo and all of that shit, because they was getting at the truth of human but they couldn't control it. So they wanted it that bad because it fascinated them. So they came up, with something like voodoo, meaning I could pop in your body, you could hop in my body and all this shit. Technically, when we come down to describing the spiritual being of human, spirits don't surface off of eyes. Spirits don't have no name. The only spirit that you can name off is evilness and kindness. It's only two spirits. But see, when it's something different, it presents itself to you in a form amongst somebody in a way that you ain't familiar with. A lot of people, they don't accept, that different energy and that different spirit that be amongst people, and they quick to say, they get scared. They close it off. Oh, that's the devil. Oh, that's this, that's that. But then when they learn it, they realize it's something different. They realize it's kindness within it. That's when you realize that people have personalities, and everybody made to be different. And every day that bitch gonna grow. That bitch is not gonna deduct. The only way a personality can deduct is if the devil playing on that person in a weak in spirit. When that person becomes strong, that bitch gonna grow and it's gonna change. It's not gonna stay the same. You ain't gonna know what to expect from them. You ain't gonna know what they gonna come up with. You just not gonna know that. You can't interpret that. And today, people try to pin past doings of a person to say the kind of person that they is, and they shorten them in spirit. That's why I be jumping on people, and I don't like saying it that way, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, how I feel about it. I'm honest. I jump on people and I let them know, don't come amongst me trying to talk about shit that I've done and enclose me of growth spiritually as a person, because that shit was days ago. That shit was a long time ago. Technically today, I can stand up and I can tell you to your face, you don't know me. You know of what I've done, but you don't know me today. So with that being said, a lot of people, man, y'all be sleeping on yourself. Son, I be taking time with myself. Like, y'all got to give that to yourself, because that's the only way you're going to see better. And some people, like, I personally believe don't nobody like shit to stay the same. They get tired of shit. They want something to change. And I think that's why a lot of people seek negative energy. They seek that negative, hostile environment. They seek that gossip. They seek that hateration, talking, all of that, because they know when they jump on people and they ugly with people, they don't know how a person gonna react towards them in an ugly way, meaning it's gonna be some kind of drama. Because when a person get ugly with you, all kind of shit come up, and they be in for it. It's entertaining to them. Just how y'all turn on what this shit is, these youngsters be watching these baddies, and they turn on all this crazy shit on TV where these hoes beating each other up to get paid. They interested in that because they want to see, what's gonna be so different. They know it's something where it can just catch their attention and shake them up. Because it's just reality. You gotta, when you look at things in that way, you understand you as a human. And I'm here to tell you tonight, every day you wake up, you have that chance, and you have that option to stare at a nigga and tell them every day you meet them that you meet and come in contact with them, you do not know me. You know of me of yesterday. You don't know of me of today. See, that's where I'm at right now. Whenever you come amongst me and you ask me how my day was, I'm trying to present something to you better in this day than yesterday. I don't want to hear nothing about yesterday. I don't want to hear nothing about years before. I don't want to hear nothing about that, because, them ways ain't on Dahmer hand no more. And them ways ain't on Dahmer hand no more. They ain't on Dahmer hands no more. It's just not there. So, be considerate of that, and just think on that, bro. Like, think on that, and give yourself time. Give yourself time, and understand that you supposed to make yourself grow as a person. You make yourself grow. You seek better. Whenever something feel odd in this, Don't, and it aggravates you. Fuck that. Go straight to the source. Go straight to the seed of it. You know, look for, give yourself that time where you should tell yourself, I deserve to grow as a person. I deserve to grow grow in a way that I think. I deserve to uh make decisions in a different way than I've been making them because I'm ready for something new. You deserve to give yourself something new in spirit and in the way you think on things. Don't just, start aging and feel like because you this age and you this old, you got everything you need to know, because you don't know everything. It don't matter how old you is. I didn't seen a nigga who bent over old and gray and something under him right at his kneecaps teaching him shit. It just is what it is. You don't know. God put spirits amongst people, that's able to do that. And that's what I'm on, man. And the people that I surround myself with, that's who I want in my company. I don't want to be around people who won't be stuck with that same energy and stuck one way, man. That shit, that ain't living to me. Living is about growth and about evolving. You supposed to evolve as a person. If you're not evolving as a person, that person got some stuff that's going on with them. Then it don't mean nothing. You know what? I'm going to say something is wrong with them because something they fighting off spiritually and mentally, and that's just the reality of life. That's the reality of things. And we all put here to inform people on things and not to be shut up and hushed up because we're not open to taking different kind of feedback or hearing different things we ain't never heard before, and we want to stay comfortable with the way we do things and on how the way we think, in order to feel like we conquered or we won a situation. Sitting here talking to y'all tonight, baby, I am okay with telling y'all it's certain things I'm not gonna win with when it come down to me discussing or bringing shit up. I know that because I know I'm gonna have a different aspect of it. But if you want to get technical, everybody wins when it comes down to verbally talking and conversation. But we always gain a different way of winning and a different win when we come up with something else. That's why other people around you, that's what they're here for. So think about that. And it's 9:58. I got some good time and it ain't even late. Like normally it'll be like late for me. But I got on here able to talk to y'all. Y'all already know your girl about to go get in the tub. I gotta go scrub a dub. And yes, I forgot to tell y'all. I told y'all yesterday I kept coming across Timothy 2.9 in the Bible, where it basically say, what God expect out of woman. So I let the braids go. This in my head right now, I done started twisting my shit. So it's just something I want to share with y'all. It ain't no more braids getting in down my head no more. Like I'm not braiding my hair up no more. That's it for braids. When I wear wigs, my shit will be like this underneath. It will be twisted up. It's where there's a will, there's a way. It's always another way. That's just what it is. Knocking them bad habits off. We opening up doors. We opening up blinds. We letting the light shine in rooms. We not sitting in the dark. It's time to start making changes in order to get the things that we looking for to get in life, instead of sitting back talking on how we can get them. We got to go to the source, and that starts by doing what we supposed to do, in life, and being generous and having an open mind about everything that's around us. And I took that step last night, and today is the second day, and I'm doing good on it. I'm doing good about it. I'm feeling good about it. I'm sharing it with y'all. I got a smile on my face. I'm proud of myself. Hopefully I could get some interactors like how I've been getting a lot of new interactors, man. I see I got 44 subscribers. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. I see I got people interacting with me. They fucking with me. Yeah, y'all fucking with me. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm liking the energy. I'm digging this shit. I need more feedback. I need some people to be commenting, man. Fuck it, talk to me. I got an Instagram, I got a Facebook. DM me, message me to talk to me about some shit that's going on in your life. You know, I didn't talk about me enough. But I feel like I'm obligated to hear about your blessings too. Shit, I want to hear what God did for you. Because the shit he doing for you, that shit ain't been done to me. He ain't get at to me. So with that being said, shit, I'm interested. I want to know how God work in everybody's life. I want to know everything about him. I want to know everything about you. The negative shit, not the negative, the positive shit about you. You know, I want to know that I'm all ears. I'm here for y'all. Once again, you know, thank y'all for the feedback on my little songs, on my little music. I had fun doing that shit. You know, like I said, I was on break. I took a week off. I start back working tomorrow. It's a couple of hours. We a couple of hours in. It's 10 o'clock. We got a couple more hours in before I get on that road. Y'all know I'm making more footages for y'all, making y'all happy, making y'all excited and thrilled about life, motivating y'all, speaking vengeance in y'all and running the devil out of y'all, you know, and I that's just how I'm coming. And once again, thank y'all. And yeah, you know, I ain't lying. Like I was watching all the other people videos. Like I see they be like, go ahead on and subscribe to this. I'm not gonna make you subscribe to me. You know, I don't want to say that. I ain't gonna make you subscribe to me. But as far as the people who are subscribing to me, thank y'all. Cause I noticed I ain't never told y'all to subscribe to me. But y'all did subscribe to me out of y'all interest, and thank y'all for leaving the comments and the feedback and stuff like that. You know, whenever I get the chance, if I don't see it, I will comment back. I will engage with y'all. I'm not leaving y'all just commenting and I ain't saying shit, you know, and yeah, you know, like I said, fuck with me. You heard me? Fuck with me. Write me, comment to me, talk to me. You need somebody to vent to, I'm here. But what I'm about to do, I'm about to go get in the tub. And of course, I'm about to get on here. Y'all know what I'm about to do is around that time. I'm about to read my Bible. And then I'm back on here, mind blown, talking about something new in a different way that I ain't never thought of before. Because every time I hop in that book, that's like that's my first bathtub. My first bathtub. I call it my mental and conscience bath, meaning it wash away all the different ways that I had of thinking, and it gives me something new. I'm clean when I come out that bitch, and I ain't just clean, I'm smarter. So I'm only gonna get smarter, you know. So, you know, tune in with me with that. Take care. See you later.